Right out of the gate, we've got a high-stakes sentencing in Texas. 12 years on the table, a deadly weapon involved, and 2 criminal cases being considered. And just wait until you hear what happened to the victim. This one's intense.
All right, court is calling 2022 CR 7209, State of Texas versus Uriah David Huffman. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason Garahan, Your Honor.
Defense?
Carl Alexander for Mr. Huffman.
And are you Mr. Huffman?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you entered a plea of guilty on September 11th. You applied for deferred adjudication. According to the plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 12 years in the prison. There are 2 cases that are being taken in consideration. There's an affirmative finding of deadly weapon, a $5,000 fine, and the state is opposing your application. And there is restitution to Joshua Sandoval and Ramon Lavario. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report?
Yes, Your Honor. State has.
Yes, ma'am.
Any objections?
There's a few corrections, Judge, but I think we can handle most of that during testimony.
All right. State, do you have any witnesses?
Okay. The stable.
All right, defense, do you have any witnesses?
Yes, Your Honor. I guess first I'll go ahead and take care of the Zoom witness called Candy Huffman.
All right, can you unmute yourself, please? All right, any objections to the witness appearing by Zoom, state?
No, Your Honor.
Defense?
No.
All right, could you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
All right, you can lower your hand. State your name for the record, please.
Candy Joanne Huffman.
Defense.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Huffman, although I think we can tell by your last name, how are you related to Uriah?
I'm his mother.
And how old is Uriah?
26. Oh God.
Have you not seen Uriah in a while?
No.
Here's where it gets emotional. The defendant's mother takes the stand, zooming in from Florida. She's about to paint a picture of her son that's very different from the brutal facts of this case. The question is, will the judge buy it?
Where do you currently?
I also have lupus, and so memory and stuff is a little, I had to think about the math.
I got you. Okay. Where do you currently live at?
I live in Florida.
Can you be a little more specific, at least what county?
Orlando. I live in Orlando.
Uriah, he's originally from Texas, is that right?
Yes, he was born in Dallas.
Okay. And was there a father in his life?
No,
Has he ever known his father?
no, he's never met him. He left, rather I left him, when his father, whenever I was 4 months pregnant.
Does your son have a drug problem?
He did. Yeah.
And you say he did, are you talking about the fact that he's been sober since he's been in jail for a year and a half?
Yes, I suppose.
Okay, so prior to his arrest for the offenses that brings him here today, how bad would you say Uriah's drug use was?
I would say probably pretty bad. As far as what I was aware, he was always high.
Did he choose to be homeless in order to feed that addiction?
I think that I don't think he chose to be homeless in order to feed the addiction, to be honest. I think he chose to be homeless, and the addiction, or the drug use rather, was just part of it because of the people that he was around.
So during this time, the time that Uriah took part in and hurting people. Was he the same Uriah that you knew and raised?
No, no, absolutely not. Uriah was never violent. Even whenever I found out about what happened, I was shocked. He's not a violent person. He was never in fights at school growing up. He never at all. He wasn't violent at home. He didn't punch walls. He was never like that, ever.
Now, since his incarceration, have you had contact with him, either through
Yes.
phone, video visits?
Yes.
And have you seen Uriah change over the course of the last year and a half?
Yes, other than just being understandably sad and depressed and lonely, as you would be in the situation that he's in, I got my son back. Became I could talk to him again. He could carry on and wanted to carry on a conversation with me. He was back to being my loving son again.
Now, if the judge grants Uriah deferred adjudication, okay, will he have a place to live?
Yes, he can live here with me.
So that would be in Florida.
Yes, sir.
And again, if he's granted deferred, there's probably going to be a lot of requirements of him, such as making appointments, being tested for substance abuse, probably doing some type of classes of community service.
Mm-hmm.
Will you aid him in making sure he's complying with all of the requirements?
Absolutely. Yes. I work from home. Well, I am starting a home business. I'm an artist, so it's just crafting, but so I'm free to do that.
Will you help Uriah in getting employment?
Yes, absolutely.
Does he actually have a job waiting for him in Florida if he is granted probation?
Yes. My husband had spoken to but he told me, now this was a while back, that he, sorry, my hand is cramping, that he could have an entry-level position with my husband.
And what would he be doing?
Just computer work. I'm not really sure exactly what it is, but it would be just stuff on the computer. Other than that, if that isn't still available, because he hasn't talked to his boss about it recently, then, I would do whatever I needed to do to help him find a job. That would definitely be a priority.
And again, if Uriah is granted deferred adjudication, he's very likely going to have to make restitution to the victims of his cases. Would you help him make sure that he stays employed and he's making good on that debt?
I would do whatever I needed to do to help him do what he needed to do. Yes. My husband and I would, my mother and father would. I've already talked to them about it as well. My mother and stepfather also live here. That's why I moved here. And they're also supportive. So that's a support structure that Uriah has there in Florida. Did he have all that here before when he chose to get lost in drugs? He's always had me, but no, not really. Other than me, no.
But so now it's a bigger support structure waiting for him.
Yes, I would say so. But he also he won't know anybody here. Like nobody from, anybody that he used to run with or know on the streets or anything. Like he won't know anybody here. So it would be a complete fresh start, you know, and as far as that goes, I think that would be a great help as well. And that's just my opinion, but yeah.
All right, Ms. Huffman. Thank you for your time. I'll pass the witness.
State.
Thank you. Ms. Huffman, I'm Jason Garahan. I'm a prosecutor for the state of Texas.
Yes, sir. Hi.
Hi. Nice to see you on Zoom here. I got the indication that when Mr. Alexander was asking you some questions that, tell me if I'm wrong, but Uriah's violence towards other people was sort of a drug induced. Is that what you feel?
Yes, I think that it was drug induced, and that and because of who he was with, more than anything.
I mean, you are aware that there's a evaluation, what we call a precedence investigation, where your son stated that he denied consuming alcohol or drugs during the commitment of this offense of aggravated assault on an individual. Are you aware of that?
No, I'm not, but I know how methamphetamines work, and I know my son, and he wasn't the same person at that time.
Were you there?
Mentally.
Sorry.
No, I wasn't. I obviously wasn't there, but I talked to him often. Well, sometimes.
Notice how the prosecutor is about to completely change the tone. Up until now, Mom's been describing her son as a sweet kid who lost his way. But the prosecutors, they're about to remind everyone exactly what happened to the victim, and it's graphic.
On the day of the offense?
No. Well, no.
In his precedence investigation, he said he did meth after the offense happened in the days following. You're not aware of that, are you?
No.
And are you aware of the victim's injuries in this case?
The victim's what?
Injuries.
Yes.
So you're aware that he lost an eye?
Yes.
His skull was crushed in?
Yes.
And that he was shot more than once?
Not by my son. I'm sorry. It doesn't matter. Yes, I am. And it's a terrible thing, and I'm glad that he is alive.
You're also aware he was stabbed? Is that correct?
No, I wasn't aware of that part, but I mean, it doesn't make it any better or worse. It's all bad.
You realize also that he was hogtied with his arms
Yes.
and his behind him,
Yes.
and put it in his own trunk of his own car,
Mm-hmm.
and driven around, and then dumped on the side of the road without many articles of his clothing, pretty much naked. Are you aware of that?
Yes.
Your son told you this?
No.
Okay. No further questions, John.
All right. Any further questions? All right. You can call your next witness. All right. Can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You can lower your hand if you'll state your name for the record, please.
Uriah David Huffman.
All right. Make sure you keep your voice up.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Defense.
Thank you, Ron. All right, Uriah, you had a chance to go over this PSI. I'll just start there. Right.
All right. You're going to have to answer yes or no.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And I believe you said there's a couple things you wanted to cover.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's just cut right to the chase about what happened to Joshua. He was here to go. Right?
Yes, sir.
The PSI talks about you actually tying him up. Did you tell the probation officer you actually tied him up?
The probation officer?
That interviewed you for this. Did you tell them that you tied him up?
I don't believe so.
Okay. So as far as the tying up is concerned, because he was tied up, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How did you participate? What was your active role?
I just got the rope and I handed it to DK, or to Daryl. Sorry.
I'm sorry. Could you speak up?
I got the rope and I handed it to Daryl.
Okay.
And that's your co-defendant in this case, who I believe you refer to as DK.
Yes, sir.
The PSI also talks about you putting Josh in the trunk of his car.
Yes, sir.
Did you do that?
No, sir.
Did you tell probation you did that?
No, sir.
Did you drive his car away with him in it?
Yes, sir.
The PSI also talks about when you guys went and stopped somewhere in Atkins, and it makes it sound like you took part in the shooting, like that you actively shot Joshua. Did you tell probation that?
No, sir. I mean, I told them that I was there, yes, but I never touched the gun. I never did anything like that.
Did you assist in removing Joshua from his trunk so that he could be shot?
I don't believe so, no.
Did you have a gun?
No, sir.
So, are you the one that shot Joshua?
No, sir.
Who did shoot Joshua?
Daryl shot Joshua.
Now, you're not saying that you didn't participate in what happened to Joshua, are you?
No, I'm not saying that.
And I believe what's actually in the stipulated evidence is earlier that day, Joshua had actually hit you in the face with a guitar. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
And so you made DK aware of this?
Whenever DK pulled up to the trailer, he asked me why I was bleeding, and I told him that Joshua hit me with a guitar.
Okay. Did you ask DK to do anything to Joshua?
No, sir. He walked in and started doing that on his own.
Okay. But once DK started doing things to Joshua, you made a choice, right?
Yes, sir.
You chose to go get the rope.
Yes, sir.
You chose to drive the car.
Yes, sir.
And you chose to plead guilty as opposed to no contest, right?
Yes, sir.
So probably the biggest question in the back of the judge's mind is, based on everything that happened to Joshua, okay, and which you did participate in,
Yes, sir.
why in the world should she give you probation and not just send you to prison?
Because I understand that it was wrong in not calling the cops and participating in any of it. And I believe that I can prove that that's not who I am, and that I'll be able to complete probation and pay back any kind of restitution that goes to them, to Joshua.
Are you sorry for?
Yes, of course.
What happened?
I'm sorry that all of it happened to him. He didn't deserve it, and I'm sorry to his family.
Well, they're right there. So maybe you should tell him and not us.
Of course, I'm very sorry that all of it happened to Joshua. If I could go back, I would have called the cops. I would have tried my best.
Here's the million-dollar question. Why should the court give probation to someone tied to a crime that left a man nearly dead? Watch how the defendant tries to convince the judge he deserves a second chance.